The common advice about getting ahead in your career is to learn to code, get a technical degree, or spend years mastering complex software. But that approach is outdated, and there's a much more effective way to think about it. Right now, professionals who know how to work with AI are commanding salaries up to 56% higher than their peers. And here's what most people don't realize. The most in-demand AI skills for 2026 don't require you to write a single line of code. Before we dive in, please remember that this video is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. My goal is to help you understand these concepts so you can make your own informed decisions. With that said, in this video, we are going to break down the 5 essential AI skills that employers are actively hiring for right now and will be prioritizing even more in 2026. I will provide a clear framework that simplifies each one, explain why it matters, and show you exactly how to start building these skills today without any technical background. Make sure you stay for the final point, where I'll cover a common pitfall that trips up nearly everyone who tries to add AI to their resume. Let's start with the big picture, because I think this context is going to change how you see everything else we discuss today. We are living through a shift that happens maybe once every 30 years in the professional world. Think back to the early 1990s. If you put proficient in Microsoft Office on your resume, you stood out. You were special. Employers noticed you. Fast forward to the year 2000, and if you didn't have Microsoft Office on your resume, employers noticed you for the wrong reason. That skill went from being a differentiator to being a baseline expectation in less than a decade. AI literacy is on that exact same trajectory right now, but it's moving even faster. A recent LinkedIn workforce report found that job postings mentioning AI skills have increased by over 300% in just the past 2 years. And we're not talking about machine learning engineer positions. We're talking about marketing managers, financial analysts, project coordinators, HR specialists, and content strategists. Companies across every single industry are looking for people who can work alongside AI tools effectively. The window where AI skills make you stand out is right now. By 2027 or 2028, these will likely be table stakes. So the professionals who invest in building these skills today are positioning themselves for significant career advantages, including that 56% salary premium I mentioned at the top. Now let's get into the specific skills, starting with the one that has the lowest barrier to entry and arguably the highest immediate return. Skill number 1 is prompt engineering. And I know that term sounds technical, but I promise you it's not. Prompt engineering is simply the art and science of communicating effectively with AI systems to get the output you actually want. Think of it this way. You know how some people can walk into a restaurant and describe exactly what they want to the chef, even if it's not on the menu, and they end up with an incredible meal, while other people just point at the menu and hope for the best. Prompt engineering is like being that first person, but with AI. Here's what this looks like in practice. A basic prompt might be something like, "Write me a marketing email," and you'll get a generic, forgettable result. A well-engineered prompt sounds more like this. Act as a senior email marketing strategist for a B2B SaaS company. Write a re-engagement email for customers who haven't logged in for 30 days. Use a warm but professional tone. Include a specific value proposition about our new dashboard feature. Keep it under 150 words. Same tool, dramatically different output. The difference is entirely in how you communicated with it. Employers are actively seeking this skill because it's a productivity multiplier. Someone who can prompt well can accomplish in 20 minutes what might take someone else 2 hours of back and forth with the same AI tool. And the beautiful thing is, you can start practicing this today. Open up ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, or any AI assistant and just start experimenting. Give it a task you'd normally do at work. Then refine your prompt 3 or 4 times and notice how each refinement improves the output. That iterative process is exactly how you build this skill. Skill number 2 is AI-augmented decision-making. This is where things get really interesting. And this is where I see the biggest gap in the job market right now. AI-augmented decision-making is the ability to use AI as a thinking partner to make better, faster, more informed decisions while maintaining your own critical judgment. This is not about letting AI make decisions for you. That's actually the opposite of what employers want. This is about knowing when and how to bring AI into your decision-making process, and equally important, knowing when to override it. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're a product manager and you need to decide which feature to prioritize for the next quarter. Without AI, you might spend a week gathering customer feedback, analyzing usage data, researching competitor moves, and synthesizing all of that into a recommendation. With AI-augmented decision-making, you might feed your customer feedback data into an AI tool and ask it to identify the top 5 recurring themes. Then you might ask it to analyze your competitors' recent product releases and map them against your current feature gaps. Then you might ask it to play devil's advocate against your initial recommendation and poke holes in your reasoning. You still make the final call. You still apply your industry knowledge, your understanding of company politics, your intuition about what customers really need versus what they say they need. But AI just compressed your research and analysis phase from 5 days to 5 hours. That's the skill. And it applies to virtually every role. Financial analysts using AI to stress test their models. Marketing managers using AI to analyze campaign performance across dozens of variables simultaneously. HR professionals using AI to identify patterns in employee engagement data. The person who can do this well becomes the most valuable person in almost any room. To build this skill, start by identifying one recurring decision you make at work. It could be weekly, monthly, whatever. Next time that decision comes up, bring AI into the process. Ask it to help you gather information, challenge your assumptions, or generate alternatives you haven't considered. Then, evaluate whether the AI input actually improved your decision. Over time, you'll develop an instinct for exactly where AI adds value in your specific decision-making workflow. Skill number 3 is AI workflow integration. And this is the one that I think will separate the people who get modest raises from the people who get promoted. AI workflow integration is the ability to look at an existing business process and identify where AI can be inserted to make it faster, cheaper, or more effective. This goes beyond just using AI for your own tasks. This is about redesigning how work gets done across a team or even an entire department. And by the way, if you're finding this breakdown valuable and you appreciate this clear, in-depth approach, a quick click of the subscribe button below is the best way to let me know. It helps this channel continue to create helpful content just like this. Now let's move on, because this skill is where the real career leverage lives. Here's what AI workflow integration looks like. Say you work in a customer service department. The current workflow is that a customer submits a ticket, A human reads it, categorizes it, routes it to the right specialist, and then that specialist responds. Someone with AI workflow integration skills looks at that and says, what if AI automatically categorizes and routes incoming tickets based on content analysis, drafts initial responses for the most common issue types, and flags high-priority tickets that need immediate human attention? The humans still handle the complex cases, the emotional conversations, the escalations. But the entire workflow just got 40% faster. That person who redesigned the workflow didn't write any code. They used existing AI tools and connected them in a smart way. They understood the process, identified the bottlenecks, and applied AI as the solution. That's an incredibly valuable skill. To start building this, map out one workflow you're involved in at your job. Write down every step. Then ask yourself at each step, could AI handle this step entirely? Could AI assist a human in doing this step faster? Or does this step require uniquely human judgment? That simple exercise will train your brain to see AI integration opportunities everywhere. Skill number 4 is AI output evaluation and quality control. This might sound simple, but it is critically important, and it's one that many people overlook entirely. As more and more work product is generated with AI assistance, companies desperately need people who can evaluate whether that output is actually good. AI can hallucinate. It can generate content that sounds confident and authoritative, but is completely wrong. It can produce analysis that looks sophisticated, but is based on flawed assumptions. It can write code that works 90% of the time, but fails catastrophically in edge cases. The skill of AI quality control means you can look at AI-generated output and quickly assess its accuracy, its completeness, its appropriateness for the intended audience, and its alignment with company standards and values. This is especially critical in fields like finance, healthcare, legal, and any regulated industry where errors have serious consequences. Think of it like being an editor. The best editors don't just fix typos. They evaluate whether the overall argument makes sense, whether the evidence supports the conclusions, and whether the tone is right for the audience. That's exactly what AI output evaluation requires, but applied to whatever AI is producing in your field. To build this skill, start fact-checking AI outputs. Whenever you use AI to generate something, spend time verifying its claims, checking its reasoning, and comparing its output against what you know to be true from your professional experience. Over time, you'll develop a sharp eye for the subtle signs that AI has gone off track. Now, skill number 5 is the one I promised you. It's the common pitfall that trips up nearly everyone, and it's actually a skill defined by what you don't do with AI. Skill number 5 is AI ethics and responsible use. Here's the pitfall. In the rush to add AI skills to their resumes and impress employers, many professionals skip right past the question of whether they should use AI for a particular task and jump straight to how. And that mistake can be career-ending. Every organization is grappling with questions right now about AI and data privacy, intellectual property, bias, transparency, and regulatory compliance. The professional who can navigate these questions thoughtfully is worth their weight in gold. Should you feed confidential client data into a third-party AI tool? Probably not, but you'd be shocked how many people do it without thinking. Should you use AI to generate content and present it as entirely your own work? That depends on your company's policy, your industry norms, and the specific context, and you need to know how to navigate that. Should you rely on AI for decisions that affect people's livelihoods, like hiring or loan approvals, without human oversight? That's not just an ethical question. In many jurisdictions, it's becoming a legal one. Building this skill means staying informed about AI regulations in your industry, understanding your company's AI usage policies, or helping to create them if they don't exist yet. And always asking yourself, not just, can AI do this, but should AI do this? And what are the implications if something goes wrong? Employers are specifically looking for people who can be trusted to use AI responsibly. In surveys of hiring managers, the ability to use AI ethically and responsibly consistently ranks as one of the top 3 most desired AI-related competencies. This isn't a nice-to-have, it's a must-have. So let's bring all of this together. We've covered 5 AI skills that employers are actively seeking for 2026 and beyond. And none of them require you to write code. Prompt engineering, the ability to communicate effectively with AI to get high-quality outputs. AI-augmented decision-making, using AI as a thinking partner while maintaining your critical judgment. AI workflow integration, identifying where AI can improve existing business processes. AI output evaluation, the ability to assess whether AI-generated work is actually accurate and appropriate. And AI ethics and responsible use, knowing not just how to use AI, but when you should and shouldn't. These 5 skills together form what I'd call AI fluency. And just like computer fluency transformed the job market in the 1990s, AI fluency is transforming it right now. The 56% salary premium that AI-skilled professionals are seeing isn't going to last forever. As more people develop these skills, that premium will shrink. But the people who build them now will have a head start that compounds over time. They'll get the promotions, the better projects, the leadership opportunities, because they were early. Here's your actionable assignment. This week, I want you to pick just one of these 5 skills, whichever one resonates most with your current role, and dedicate 30 minutes a day for 5 days to practicing it. If you choose prompt engineering, spend those 30 minutes refining prompts for tasks you actually do at work. If you choose AI-augmented decision-making, bring AI into one real decision you're facing this week. If you choose workflow integration, map out one process and identify the AI opportunities. If you choose output evaluation, fact-check 5 AI-generated outputs in your area of expertise. And if you choose ethics and responsible use, read your company's AI policy, or if they don't have one, draft a proposal for one. 5 days, 30 minutes each. By the end of the week, you'll have a tangible new capability and a real example you can speak to in interviews or performance reviews. If you found this breakdown helpful and you want more videos that cut through the hype and give you clear, practical strategies for navigating the AI-driven economy, hit that subscribe button right now. I release new content regularly that's designed to help you make smarter decisions about your career, your money, and your future. Every video is built on the same principle, making complex topics genuinely simple so you can take action with confidence. Subscribe now so you don't miss what's coming next. I'll see you in the next one.